I need to say something that's going to make a lot of marketers really uncomfortable. We've become lazy, like incredibly shamefully lazy with our marketing and our sales. Facebook ads, Google ads, funnels, funnel hacking. They've made us think that you can just throw content at a wall and see an extraordinary outcome. And now we're all paying the price for that laziness. I'm Kathryn, and I've been watching brilliant experts struggle with their marketing for years now. They're doing everything that they've been taught. They're building funnels, they're creating those lead magnets, they're posting on social media, they're hosting webinars, and they're wondering why they're not attracting the high-end clients that they really deserve. Here's what they don't realize. Luxury buyers don't respond to scattered marketing approaches. They're not living in your funnels, and they're certainly not downloading your free PDFs. They buy completely differently, so you've got to target them completely differently. When Jeff Bezos wanted the world's most audacious wedding in Venice, do you think he found his wedding planner through a Facebook ad? Of course not. So if you stay with me for the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to show you exactly how luxury clients actually make purchasing decisions and why hyper-targeting is the only marketing approach that works at this level. Okay, as someone who's been around in this marketing game for a little bit of time, let me tell you what actually happened to our marketing. So back in the day, and I'm talking about when my dad left university in the 70s, marketing was personal. It was intentional. It was classic outbound marketing where you identified exactly who you wanted to work with. You researched them deeply and then you approached them with precision. Now, then the internet happened. Facebook ads made us so flippin' lazy. You could literally just print money. Google ads made us lazy. We started thinking that we could just create a funnel, we could drive traffic to it, and magically the right people would appear. And for a while that worked. Volume-based businesses thrived in the 2000s and the 2010s. I built one myself. But here's what we didn't realize. We were training ourselves to be incredibly lazy marketers and lazy sellers. We're paying the price because we're all competing in a sea of same. I'm watching experts spend thousands on ads that attract the wrong people. I see brilliant professionals getting these lead magnets together that cost them thousands of dollars that their ideal clients would never download. And I watch them posting content in the void, hoping that someone will notice. But here's the thing about luxury clients. They're not scrolling Facebook looking for solutions. They're not comparing your lead magnet to your competitors. They don't have time for your nurture sequences. When a billionaire needs a transformation, they are not comparison shopping. They're not downloading your free guide, and they're not ever going to book a discovery call with you. They buy based on referral, and they buy based on invitation. But here you are, still marketing like it's 2015 and wondering why it's not working. So, what's the alternative? How do we do this? It's what I call hyper targeting. And before you roll your eyes thinking this sounds like stalking, let me explain what I actually mean by this term. Hyper targeting is intentional marketing that's incredibly precise, more precise than you've ever been before in your marketing and your sales. We identify and then connect with your ideal clients. We do this deep research, we get to know them, and we know what the transformation is that we see for them. The concept is beautifully simple. You pick and choose exactly who you want to work with. You research them deeply, and I mean deeply. You find out where they are, what motivates them, what their deepest desires are, and then, and this is the crucial part, you find out where they're spending their time and you be there, not in a Facebook group, definitely not in their DMs, in person, on an interview, in a curated situation that positions you as the absolute expert in your space. So let me give you a couple of real examples. So one of my clients wanted to work with a specific billionaire. Now, instead of sending cold emails or connection requests, we researched exactly where he was going to be. He was speaking at a conference. So she bought herself a plane ticket. She got herself on that plane. She got a front row seat, and we pre-positioned her strategically. She had a meaningful conversation with him after his presentation, and the result, a $500,000 engagement with her absolute dream client. This is the same offer that she'd been trying to market through funnels for months, different price point, but same offer. But this time she showed up where he was as a peer with genuine interest in his work. See, my clients are picking and choosing who they want to work with at 100K, 500K, even millions of dollars in one transaction. And the process is ridiculously simple if you know what you're doing. Here's what luxury clients understand that premium clients don't. Often they don't know they desire something until it's actually presented to them by someone who is the only person in the world who can create it. Think about it. When someone has unlimited resources, they're not actively seeking solutions to problems. They're open to possibilities that they hadn't considered in order to give themselves an unfair advantage. Now, that requires a completely different approach. See why your webinars are not working? So instead of here's how I can fix your problem, it becomes here's a transformation you didn't know was possible. Instead of download my free guide, it's awesome. It becomes I'd love to share something extraordinary with you that you hadn't considered before. And I'm the only person in the world who can make this happen. Instead of scattered marketing, it becomes precision connection. Now, let me explain why this works so powerfully. There's a massive difference between being marketed to and being chosen. When you receive a generic email, a cold outreach, or you see an ad, you know that you're one of thousands. But when someone takes the time to research you, to understand how you work, what makes you tick, and approaches you personally, that lands completely differently. So last month, I hand selected someone for our red carpet experience. I'd been following their work. I understood their challenges and knew that they were ready for this iconic positioning. When I reached out personally, their response was immediate. Immediate. How did you know exactly what I needed? That's the power of being chosen, by being chosen by someone who is positioned as the absolute authority. So let me show you what this looks like when it's done right. Don, one of my new clients, was struggling with traditional marketing approaches, funnels, social media, all of it. He was attracting people as he described, not the droids I'm looking for. Then he discovered me and my hyper-targeting approach. So instead of broad marketing, he identified exactly who he wanted and he invited them as guests onto his podcast. He researched them thoroughly, found out exactly where they'd be speaking, attending events, how he could connect with them, and he positioned himself to meet them naturally. The result, not only did he get the most phenomenal podcast guests, but several of them have become clients. Conversations leading to 150K and beyond engagements. And we have more and more and more on the table as he's getting really comfortable with this strategy. So there you have the same expertise, the exact same knowledge, but a completely different approach. So here's what I want you to understand. This is not about volume, and it is certainly not about scale. We have ways to scale your business at a luxury level, but we do that as a second step. This is about precision and intention. I would rather have 6 hand-selected clients who are the perfect fits, paying me at a level that reflects my expertise and my experience and the transformational value that I provide, than 600 prospects who might convert at a couple of $1,000s. Look, I could teach you the mechanics of hyper-targeting. I could give you the research frameworks and the approach strategies. But if you really want this to work, you need to understand something really fundamental here. This requires a complete mindset shift. You are going to have to unlearn all of the things that you've learned from lazy marketing to the mainstream over the last decade or so. From hoping people will choose you to confidently choosing them. From scattered marketing to laser-focused connection. And from competing for attention to commanding respect. And that transformation happens only in the best community and with the best mindset. So here's my challenge for you. Stop trying to attract everyone and start choosing someone, a very specific someone. Pick one person that you'd really love to work with. Research them deeply. Find out where they'll be, what they care about, and then think about the possibilities that might excite them and what you can achieve with them. Then simply show up, not with a sales pitch, not with a lead magnet, but with genuine interest in their work and a possibility they hadn't even considered. And in the comments, tell me, who's the one person you would choose to work with if you could work with anyone in the world? Don't get into the how, but who would you work with if you could work with anyone in the world? Because that's where your hyper-targeting journey begins.